Wait until you hear this story. Hey, it's Mike Vanetis. Hope you're doing well. So, several years ago, my daughter, who was probably 12 years old at the time, comes up to me as soon as I walk in the door, and she's like, "Dad, check out this bracelet that I'm gonna buy. All the kids at school are getting one. Super cool." I'm like, "Well, let's take a gander, shall we?" So she shows me her phone, and it's got this bracelet on it, and it looks like a little kid's bracelet. Little plastic beads all around it. It looks like maybe a $2 bracelet with like $1.90 worth of profit built into it. I'm like, "Oh, cute, hun." But then I look at the price, and it's $22. I'm like, $22? What does this come with? Like stock options for the company? Like, why in the world would this be $22? Because seriously, it looks like, like if you went to Chuck E. Cheese and your kid has like one ticket left, they're trying to redeem at the little prize counter, and the lady's like, "Well, I guess I can give you this half-eaten Jolly Rancher or this bracelet." Like, that's what it looks like. It's no way it costs $22. And so she's like, "No, but Dad, listen to this." She's like, "You see how all the beads are pink except for there's just one white one and one black one?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You know why that is?" I'm like, "They ran out of pink ones and just threw together whatever they had left on the floor." No, I don't. She's like, "The white one represents the high highs of life, and it's filled with water from the top of Mount Everest. And then the black one represents the low lows of life, and that one is actually filled with mud from the bottom of the Dead Sea." So she tells me this, and I'm suddenly thinking like, okay, do they make these for men? Because that's one of the coolest things ever. And so this story that she told me instantly took the value of this product from nothing pretty much to $22 seemed like a pretty fair price for it. And I share this with you because we need, as salespeople, we need to start thinking along the lines of explaining the features and benefits of our homes in the form of stories, because stories, everybody engages with stories. Like, even back in the Bible, like the way that Jesus would teach people these lessons is through parables or stories, right? Because when you tell stories, people they put themselves in the story. Like if you're talking about, some person who is buying their first home or whatever, and the person can relate to that, and they put themselves in this journey, and so we're able to build a lot more value in what we sell by the use of stories. And so here's like practical ways you can use this. So I have stories for kind of everything. Now, granted, I'm kind of wired up as a storyteller. Like I've written screenplays and all sorts of different stories in different formats, and that's just kind of how I think. But the good news is that people, again, they think through stories, and they engage stories. Like I have a builder story. Like I work for a builder, and we're not a huge builder, but we have a pretty cool backstory, and we've accomplished a lot of great things and that sort of thing. So instead of just rattling off some bullet points and be like, "Well, we've been in business for 50 years and blah 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 blah," I take them through the story. I'm like, we have a pretty cool history. Let me kind of share a little bit about kind of how we came to be. And I have this whole story, and I can tell that like the times that I actually take the time to tell the builder story in a story format as opposed to just bullet points, like people are they're following me, they're engaged, and the more we can do that with everything, if we're talking about the neighborhood, instead of just talking about, this community has a swimming pool and clubhouse or whatever, tell stories about like, gosh, last summer I remember they had this killer block party, and then this live band playing and tons of food, and at night they set up this huge movie screen for the kids to watch movies, and oh my gosh, it was so fun. They invited me, and I was able to stop by for a little bit, and I mean, it's great. Like when you tell stories like that, as opposed to just, the clubhouse and the swimming pool or whatever it is that your community features, people, again, they put themselves in that story, and they picture them at the block party and their family and their kids, building great memories and that sort of thing. So my challenge for you today is to think about all the things that you have to offer, and things that are part of like the critical path, who you are as a builder, who you are as yourself, like that. Don't forget that. Like, you should have a personal story about you, because you're branding. You're not only selling your homes, you're selling yourself. And so you need to have a good story about how you got into the industry and all that stuff too. So so think of all the different objections, different benefits, everything that you kind of spew out on a daily basis, and figure out ways of turning those into stories. Because again, you will find that people not only engage more and connect more, but they will find more value in what you have to offer. All right, have a great day.